Today, we're going over the New Jersey real estate market, particularly in North Jersey, Bergen County. The real estate market, now that March is turning into April, is just starting to heat up. There is a saying in real estate that the best week to list a house is the first week of April. That way you catch the entire spring market. They'll close in early summer, right around when median home prices peak every year. So if you're interested in getting into the New Jersey real estate market, now is definitely a very hot time where activity has been increasing. What we have seen is a slight uptick in inventory. We'll go over all of this in this video. And we've also seen a lot more buyers entering the market. Rates have gone up a little bit, but they have stayed consistent for the past 6 months, more or less. In this video, we're giving you the New Jersey real estate market update. My name is Tyler Sellers. I am your local real estate expert, and follow me, subscribe to this channel, like this video so that you don't miss any future content. Here we have a 3-year chart of the median sale price in Bergen County, New Jersey for the single family residential style houses. So there's no condos or co-ops or commercial units included in this particular sales price. What we see is a massive 31.4% increase over the course of 3 years in the median sale price in New Jersey. Originally, we have a median of 540,000 to today's most recent print of 710,000. Now that's a February print. So February, you can see consistently is always on the lower end of each yearly cycle. Real estate is seasonal, especially up here in the Northeast where we do have all 4 seasons. This means as the spring and summer months go on, you can expect increased competition, lower inventory, driving up prices of homes in the area to the seasonal peak in June or July. To get a better concept of the seasonality, we zoomed into a 1-year chart, and we see 1 year ago, February 2023, the median sales price was $605,000. As we got to the summer, we peaked in August 2023 at $769,000. You can see how crazy these prices jump around every month, and it could just be a hot month for more expensive houses or a hot month for less expensive houses. But as we see, it always peaks in the summer, and then it comes back down to earth in the winter. So you just missed the winter months. Not that there was a lot of inventory to choose from. And now we go into the spring and summer where new inventory is going to hit the market, but competition amongst buyers increases as well. Regarding affordability, Bergen County is one of the most affordable suburbs that directly border New York City, proper Manhattan. Of course, you have Westchester and Long Island, or you have Bergen County where you can still get a house for under $1 million and have less than a 30-minute drive into downtown Manhattan. This inventory graph is also very telling. It shows us how suppressed inventory truly is. That way, you as a buyer can get a concept that the real estate agents aren't just saying that there's super low inventory. There actually is super low inventory. This is just a 3-year chart, and it compares what we saw in April 2020, August 2020, 3,439 single family houses on the market. Today, we have 1,003 single family houses on the market. We have fewer people buying because interest rates are higher, but there is still massive demand to get into this area due to the vicinity to New York City. And because of that, I expect real estate prices to continue increasing throughout the summer and every year thereafter, unless we have some kind of crazy black swan event, which I'm not personally seeing lined up in the cards, but they say you can't see a black swan coming, right? And to get an even better idea for the real estate market, where it's at right now, what it really feels like, keep in mind I started being an agent in 2019 when people said that the real estate market was going to crash. And that's when inventory was up here at over 4,000 single family houses on the market. You could shop. You could go to different houses. You could come back to the same house that you liked 2 weeks later and still consider your decision. Nowadays, that opportunity does not exist. You only have what's available now. If you do not hop on it, I guarantee you, if it's even somewhat of a good deal, even if it's just a normal deal, not even quote unquote good, it is going to get scooped up by somebody who desperately needs and wants a house in this area. People want to live here and they'll do what it takes to make it happen. This next chart shows the 30-year fixed rate mortgage average in the United States over the past 10 years. What you see here is what many of us already know. We're very familiar with this. It is the drastic increase in mortgage rates when the Fed went from quantitative easing to quantitative tightening. Now, as a finance major, I have known what that meant for a long time. Quantitative easing always made me feel personally uneasy. However, it is the fiat money system that the United States currently operates on and has operated on since the 1970s successfully through multiple market crashes that have always been labeled as normal. What we see here is a massive increase in the interest rates from around 2.66 at the bottom in December 2020, 9 months after the pandemic started, to a peak of 7.79 in October last year. We have seen a little dip of interest rates, and this little tiny increase is what people have been stressing about recently. So we went from this peak down to here, and now that we're back up here, people are worried, and that little tiny bit has gotten some buyers out of the market. Now, why does it get buyers out of the market? It's because affordability is difficult right now. With mortgage rates elevated from where they were just 5 years ago and prices being elevated 31%, this means that your monthly payment on a home is going to be at an all-time high. There's no way out of it. Now, many home buyers can still afford it. As we know, there's still super low inventory. The home buyers that are in the market are all willing and able buyers. They are the ones competing with each other, sending housing prices even higher, as we expect going to continue to increase this summer. I want to look at this inflation rate graph really quickly because this shows us that while inflation has come down super significantly, and when we look at this graph, it feels a lot closer to that 2% target than what we feel when we watch the news and stuff like that. We still feel like inflation is too high. We feel it in our everyday lives, but it's at 3.2%. That's enough progress for the Federal Reserve to feel happy enough to start indicating that there will be rate cuts in the future in 2024. With the recent inflation data, the Fed has not expressed super confidence in decreasing the interest rates in as early as the next Fed meeting. As we can see here, there is a 95.8% probability that the federal funds rate stays exactly the same. So we're not expecting mortgage rates to come down in the first half of this year. However, in reality, if the Fed starts decreasing this federal funds rate, we should see mortgage rates come down afterwards. And what I like about that is it makes our monthly payments less expensive and more affordable. What I don't like about that is that owners still have the same wariness of where am I going to go if I sell? And you still have a ton of people moving into the area, people growing up in the area who need houses. Everybody still wants a house here. So with low inventory and lower interest rates, I do fear that we could have another uptick in the average or median sale price here in Bergen County. Let's look at some sold homes to see what these market trends really look like and also give you an idea of what kind of home prices you're going to find in the different sections of Bergen County. So starting off, I do want to show you that this is Manhattan. So this is the epicenter of the entire tri-state area. Bergen County is right here on the north side of Manhattan. The further north you go in Bergen County, typically the more expensive the houses get. The further south, typically the more compact the houses are, the smaller the lots are, and the less expensive the houses are. However, when you go south in Bergen County, you're also closer to New York City, so there are some exceptions to that rule. If we're going over here in Fort Lee, this is where I work. You can see this house right here sold for $1,100,000. You can see it's nothing new, but it is a nice colonial house with an attached garage, driveway. It's in Fort Lee, so it's less than 10 minutes from Manhattan. This we're going to get from $1,100,000 in the area. Whereas just a few years ago, this house could have very easily traded for under $1 million. Here's a house that was sold in Hackensack, which is the county capital of Bergen County. It's a very up and coming city. I recommend for people with a affordable budget to definitely consider getting into Hackensack now while it's still relatively affordable. I do see this area blowing up over time. This house sold for $605,000. It's in Hackensack, about 20 minutes from Manhattan. You can see it's a really nice ranch built in 1952. It won't blow you away. It's not a new house, but it's very clean. And this is the kind of property that you could get for the low 600,000s in Bergen County. I'd highly recommend something like this. And of course, if you want to get into something a little bit more luxury, the areas where I would recommend are looking in either the Northern Valley or look into Northwest Bergen County, the Ridgewood Saddle River area. When I say Northern Valley, I mean this strip very close to the Hudson River and the Palisades Interstate Parkway. It's going to take you right here to the George Washington Bridge, which does get you directly into Manhattan. These towns are very nice. Demarest, 1.625. Crestkill, 2.350. 890,000 in Closter, older style house. So you can get some houses in the Northern Valley for under $1 million. However, if you want something nice, you're going to find plenty of options in this area for the $2 million plus price range in particular. Another good area that has plenty of new constructions is Paramus and the Pascack Valley. Here, you're going to be a little bit further away from the city, typically about 30 minutes. However, you're going to be able to find some really nice new construction single family houses for the $1.6 to $1.8 million price range. And then, of course, if you want something really fancy with a train line, you're going to be in Ridgewood. You have good priced houses in Ridgewood. These ones are very small if they're under $1 million, but they do exist, typically older as well. You'll see a lot of houses in Ridgewood selling for that $1.5 million price range, all the way up to $5 million. And of course, you have Saddle River, Alpine, the super luxury areas. Overall, you see about a 30% increase in prices from where they were just 3 years ago, consistently throughout the entire county. And in closing, I want to give you some price predictions for where I think the New Jersey real estate market is going to go into the near future and into the long-term future. And this applies for the general United States housing market as well. I think home ownership is a very important part of being an American. Now, this isn't universal. Everybody has their own circumstances. The thing about home ownership is that it allows you to cement your wealth into a physical asset that never loses demand. Shelter is one of the most basic human needs. And when you have shelter in a very desirable area, close to a lot of jobs and opportunities, this is something that's going to maintain value. What I worry about is the dollar, the US dollar getting devalued over time. If inflation continues to increase and for some reason the Federal Reserve cannot hit their 2% inflation target, that means that every year our dollars will become increasingly faster, less valuable. So it will take more dollars to buy the same physical asset. And what is real estate? It is just that. It's a physical asset. Even as houses get older and they depreciate and they fall apart, the dirt underneath them maintains, holds, and grows value. So if you're getting into Bergen County, I think it's a great opportunity. There are big infrastructure projects like in the city of Hackensack, as well as some talks about another train line in Bergen County in the next 10 years. So if you buy in Bergen County today, I do think that you're going to be very lucrative with your gains and profits in your real estate purchase in something like 10 years. Even in the short term, I do think you're going to have a continued year over year increase. As for the inventory problem, I don't see that getting solved anytime soon. This means that it will stay relatively competitive for buyers now and into the future, especially if interest rate drops, where we're going to have even more buyers in the market. If home ownership is something that you're considering, I would definitely make a move sooner rather than later. It's something that I myself am considering. And it's actually not as uncommon as you might think for millennials and Gen Z to get help from their parents in order to purchase a property, because it seems like a lot of people understand that real estate, they're not making too much more of it around here. And if you want to claim your stake, it's important to get in now, because as someone who's been in the area, I can tell you the entire area is always in a state of growth and change. There are so many new communities, cultures, jobs, opportunities that have sprung out of nowhere in this area. And I have seen the incoming migration trends with my own eyes. I know that for the very long future, New Jersey will be a hot destination, not only for locals, but for people coming in from all over the country and all over the world as well. I hope this market update was helpful for you. My name is Tyler Sellers. If you're going to be buying real estate, I really suggest you check out my website, tsellnj.com. Shoot me an email, book an appointment. I'm very excited to show you how I can help you navigate this real estate market. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.